Hey biology, I thought I would record a quick video to walk you through how to set up dihybrid crosses because they are confusing. I even get confused with them sometimes. So this video will show you how to figure out the parents' genotypes, how to combine those alleles to figure out the offspring's genotypes, and then how to interpret them as phenotypes. So we're going to switch on over and I'm going to pull this up to 100%. Remember, you can use this magnifying glass to make this so much easier to read instead of trying to squint to see it. And we'll just start with problem A. Do take note of this one at the top. You only have to do 3 of these problems. So there are 4 total. You only have to do 3, so choose one to skip. And we're going to start with problem A. So I'm hoping all of you will do problem A with me because it should save you time. Okay, so tall sunflowers are dominant to short, while yellow colored flowers are dominant to orange. So we're looking at 2 traits at the same time. We're looking at color and height. And they're saying you have a plant that is heterozygous for both traits and a plant that is homozygous dominant for height, but heterozygous for flower color. So I'm going to use the letter H for height because that seems easy to me, and I'll use C for color because that helps us remember. So let's start with our first parent. It says the first plant is heterozygous for both traits. Well, remember, hetero means different, homo means the same. So if it's heterozygous for both, that means it is heterozygous for height, so big H, little h, and for color, so big C, little c. So plant number 1 has those 2 traits. Plant number 2 is homozygous dominant for height. So homo means the same. Dominant means we're going to be using capital C's. So we have 2 capital C's. And it says it's heterozygous for flower color. So that means hetero, opposites, color. So we have a big C. And, oh, sorry, I did that wrong in the first one. So big H, let's see, homozygous dominant, big H, big H. See how easy it is to get confused? And big C, little c. Okay. Now, these are our 2 parents that we're using, and what we need to do is we need to find every possible combination they might give their offspring. So in that pollen they're going to produce what possible H's and what possible C's if we did a complete mix of all of them. And so the process I like to use, and I don't think y'all learn it in math anymore, but it's called FOIL, and it's used for doing problems that are in parentheses, and I'm going to put it here so you can take a look. The FOIL says you combine the first letters, or if this was math, the first numbers of each trait. Then you do the outer letters of each trait. Then you do the inner letters of each trait, and then you do the last letters of each trait. So let me show you what this looks like in practice. So if we're going to do the first on this parent, we have height and we have color. So the first letter of each trait is capital H, capital C. So we would delete that, put capital H, capital C. Then we have the outer letters of each trait. So that means we're going to use this first H here and this lower C here because they're on the outside. So that gets those combined. So that would be a capital H and a lower c. Then our inner letters are going to be the inside letters of each trait. And so we have the little h and the big C. And notice how I'm keeping them in their order. I'm not always putting the capital letter in front. You want to keep your traits separate as much as possible. It makes it easier to sort them later. And then last, so now we're doing the last letter of each trait. Oops, pardon that. So little h and little c. Okay, so that is parent number 1. So these 4 options here are every possible allele combo that plant could produce. Now let's do our same one here. So we have, and I think this box will need to be made a little bigger. You'll probably have to do it on yours as well. All right, so first letters, we have a big H, and our first letter of color is a big C. Oops, even a little bigger is needed, okay. And then we have our outer. So the very outer letters, we have a big H and we have a little c. Inner letters, the 2 letters in the middle, big H, big C. And then the last letters of each trait, we have big H, little c. Okay, so both parents are set up. Now we need to figure out what is going to be combined if this pollen met this flower, what would the seed produce for those two parents? So we have big H, big C from both parents. Let me take that away so you can see it. So big H, big C, big H, big C. We're always going to keep our letters together. So we're going to put big H, big C, big H, big C, except we wouldn't put it in that format because that gets confusing. We're going to put our two big H's together and our two big C's together. So let's take a look at the next one. We have a big H and a big C from parent 1. We have a big H and a little c from parent 2. So the two big H's, we have homozygous dominant, and then we have heterozygous for flower color because we have a big C and a little c. All right, parent number 3, again, big H and a big C. And then we have a little h is paired with it, but another big C. So we have heterozygous for height, but homozygous dominant for color. And last but not least, we have little c and a little h paired with a big H and a big C. So we have heterozygous across the board. All right, you would do the last 3 rows on your own, doing the same thing. So you'd combine this guy with this guy to get into that spot, right? And they'd kind of cross and come together all the way over. But let's interpret this one first. First of all, notice I don't ask you for the genotypic ratio because there would be so many different combinations, right? Now that we have 4 different alleles we're playing with, you're going to have a lot of different combos. I'm only asking you for the appearance, so phenotypic ratio. And so if we look at this one here, big H, big C, big C. Well, we know H is dominant for height, so these are tall flowers, and the yellow flowers are dominant, so these are tall yellow flowers. Let's look at this one. We have 2 big H's, so we've got tall for sure. We have heterozygous. Remember, the dominant hides that recessive, so even though it's got a yellow and a white allele, the yellow hides the white, and so now we have tall yellow flowers again. If we look at this one, well, we have that dominant for tall in there, so it hides the short flowers behind it. So we have tall again, and definitely yellow because it's homozygous dominant for color. And last we have heterozygous here, so we have tall is hiding that recessive, so we have tall flowers, and we have yellow is hiding that white, and so we have tall yellow flowers. So I'll give you a hint. Notice that this parent was dominant for both traits here. That means that across the line, it's every offspring that got that particular pollen is going to have a dominant for each one, which means it doesn't matter what it's combined with, it's going to show the dominant trait, right? And so you can already say that 4 out of 16, because there's 16 total here, are showing tall and yellow. So that's at least 25%. So it gets a lot more simple once you start to analyze it. And so then you would look at the next row and the next row and the next row, and that should help you answer these 2 questions. One thing to note is when they're asking you about F1, that's the first offspring. So P is the parent. F stands for filial. I just think of it as offspring. You've got F's in the word offspring. It's the first round of offspring. So that is these traits right here. All right, I hope that helped kind of introduce you and help you set up your dihybrid crosses. You are welcome to look back at the slides for 5.1, and if you haven't done the lesson for 5.1, this is going to be super difficult, so I would recommend doing that first. I'm also here to help, so let me know if you get stuck and if you want to just work through it together, or if I just need to spot check, maybe it's not adding up and you think you have an error, I'd be happy to do that too. All right, good luck, and I'm eager to see your work.